So, what do we do with those pesky gender boxes? What are you, male or female? Some boxes give more options, like are you M to F or F to M or something like that. There are some websites that are much more open-ended, like FetLife gives you a lot more options. And there are some social networks where you don't have to select an option at all, or you can put in a very wide range of expressive answers. But most of the time, when filling out forms in a doctor's office, online, when you're seeking employment, whatever, you have to pick one or the other. And what I do kind of varies. If I'm at a doctor's office and I am filling out a form on paper, I put down a much more elaborate answer than simply checking a box. I put down my legal name and the name by which I prefer to be addressed. I put down my pronouns. I put down all kinds of stuff because I figure, okay, this is a doctor's office. I want to get it all out there so it can be dealt with properly. If I'm filling out a form online and they only give one of two options, I will see if it's possible to simply not choose one, which is often quite likely. If I absolutely have to choose between male and female, I choose female. But like on my census form, it's been a long time now since I did this, probably a year. I think I indicated female but circled it, and filled the thing out with I wrote on it with like a Sharpie, I think, that I'm transgender, gender variant, something like that. But I did check a box, and I checked female, but I put a statement on there that I was transgender. And I hope a lot of other people did, because the way they allowed you in this last census to just declare your gender as you identify between male and female was a significant move forward. And I just hope that enough people took advantage of that and also indicated their wish to be recognized more broadly, so that eventually they'll be able to justify expanding the form option so that we can be a little bit more clear. So when it comes down to a piece of paper, you've got a lot more leeway, because you can ignore the checkboxes entirely or put in something much more elaborate, much more descriptive, whatever. If it's online, skip it if you can, or hope that it's very open-ended, which is very seldom the case. At the end of the day, you very often have to just pick one, which is bullshit. But let's say you join the latest, greatest social network, and they require that you fill out one or the other. Like, I think Facebook either is or was that way, as a good example. Fill out what you have to fill out, but fire off a support ticket email saying, oh, hey, your form is broken. It only allows two options, and it's a mandatory form. And so treat it as a flaw within the form. File a support ticket. If you make a habit of letting people know, hey, your form isn't up to snuff, that helps further the education process, alerting people to the fact that there are more than two options out there. I mean, beyond just genderqueer, what about intersex individuals? People who are intersex may have every biological right to simply assert that their chromosomes don't fit into one of those two boxes. And not that that's a more legitimate claim, but it's one that at least more people have heard of. A fair number of people have heard of genderqueer, but that fair number is still a tiny, tiny little drop in a very large body of water. Whereas I think most people are aware of the fact that there are people who are neither male nor female in some really obvious sense. I mean, they teach this in junior high school. So that's my advice. Look for ways to defeat the form, and then look for ways to communicate that the form needs to be expanded. Hope y'all are well, and I look forward to seeing you soon.